の距離ならいける。
正体を見せろ。熱い展開じゃねえか。よし、素早く片付ける。これでエリスだ。奪え。
いいぞ、スキルヒット。仕掛けるなら今だ。よーし、ボコボコにしてやれ。このままやっちゃおう。
食らえ。エリスだ。奪え。
めまい状態の敵がいるぞ。チャンスだ。追っかけて。
残る敵はわずかだ。
How's it going, everyone? Today I'm actually going to be showcasing two Persona builds, Metatron and Dominion. In my initial Merciless playthrough, I used Metatron, but in all honesty, I do think that Dominion is probably the better option for a Blessed Persona. Also, I'm not even sure a Blessed Persona is all that useful in general, as it was easily my least used Persona. I could probably count the number of times I actually used Metatron on one hand. In hindsight, a gun-focused Seth build would probably have been a better Persona to use for my Merciless playthrough, and if I did another one, that's probably what I would go for. Still, I did promise a Blessed Persona build, so I'll go ahead and be showcasing the Metatron build I used alongside a bonus Dominion build. Now, it should be noted that neither of these builds showcased will be using Bless Boost. This is because Bless Boost is only available through skill cards, and with the Dominion build, while I do technically use one skill card for that one, I chose to use a different one instead. So for starters, let's take a look at Metatron, who unfortunately suffers from a few things with regards to its base kit. First, it starts with 4 abilities, which limits how many abilities you can actually pass down to it. And second, you can't pass down Nocturnal Flash, which would otherwise be an easy way to give it access to technical damage. Because I try to limit the use of skill cards in my builds as much as possible, the base Persona ends up looking as it does on screen, with Salvation, Debilitate, and Fortify Spirit all being abilities that I would ideally want to replace. For combos, Metatrons are decent, with easy access to Sword Dance and Makogaon. Taking its defenses into account with 2 Absorbs, 1 Nullify, and the Angelic Grace passive, Metatron is a fairly decent defensive Persona to keep on hand, but without heavy skill card investment, its kit is rather lacking in direction. Which brings me to the other Bless option I'm showcasing, Dominion. Dominion can be fused quite easily using some of the Persona I've already showcased in my previous videos, and its kit naturally has Nocturnal Flash baseline, giving it access to a technical damage setup. I forgo the Hama line of skills with this build as I don't think they're really worth it in this game, and instead stick with the damage side of Bless for more consistency. Now if Daisojo, and subsequently Samsara, were available in this game, things would be different, but alas they aren't. For combos, Dominion gets easy access to Hamaon and Kogaon. Since we are focusing on damage, Hamaon isn't really all that reliable, and Kogaon is already essentially free with Soul Thief and Spellmaster being used in the build, so Dominion definitely loses out to Metatron with regards to combos, but in return it gains easier access to a more focused ability kit. Now, as with my previous build videos, the footage used will be from the Japanese version of the game. However, I will be walking you through the entire process step by step, and all relevant information will be displayed in English. Oh, and if you like what I'm doing with these videos, please be sure to leave a like on the video and consider subscribing if you haven't already. And of course, if you have any questions about this video, Persona 5 Strikers, or any other games that I cover, you can always hit me up over on Twitch at twitch.tv/RosalindGaming, or on my Discord server, both of which will be linked in the video description. So with that out the way, let's build ourselves a Metatron and a Dominion. Alright, so let's start off with Metatron, and we're going to need to be using an Alice and a Cerberus. We're going to be fusing a Mott. The Cerberus just needs to be level 59, the Alice needs to be level 90, and all we're concerned here is passing down Spellmaster and Enduring Soul. Everything else doesn't really matter. Alright, now once we have that Mott made, we need to pull out an Abaddon, so I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. Alright, so I pulled out that Abaddon. We're going to be fusing the Mott and the Abaddon together in order to make a Trumpeter. And we're going to be passing down Spellmaster and Enduring Soul. Alright, and now we need to pull out quite a few Persona here. We need a Dominion, an Archangel, and a Principality. So I'm going to do that real quick. Alright, so I pulled all those Persona out, and now we need to do some leveling here. So this Trumpeter needs to be leveled up to 65. Oh my god, I keep hitting the wrong button. The Archangel needs to be level 60. That. Okay, the Principality also needs to be level 60. Oops. And then the Dominion needs to be level 67, and we want to be learning less amp here. Okay, now we have those leveled up. We're going to be fusing these to make Metatron. Nice, quick, and simple persona here. So like I said, we're fusing these four together. And as far as what we're passing down here, we're going to be passing down Bless Amp, Spellmaster, Enduring Soul, and then I pass down Fortify Spirit here, since you cannot pass down Nocturnal Flash, unfortunately. Okay. And then for the last step, we're going to be leveling this up to level 90. And the main thing we're concerned with here, we're going to be learning Salvation just to keep it, and obviously Angelic Grace. And that's pretty much it. Very, very simple Persona the build. There's not a whole lot you can do with them. Like I said, the base 4 abilities in this kit makes it pretty hard to pass things down, not to mention Bless Boost is only through a skill card. Just in general, without using a lot of skill cards, it's really hard to build him, and because I never really used a Bless Persona all that much, I didn't really work more towards making him any better than this. However, the main reason for that is because of the next Persona we're going to be showcasing, so on to Dominion. Alright, so for this Dominion, I am going to be assuming that you have been following along with the Persona build videos I've been doing, because we will be using a number of those Persona for this. It just simplifies the process greatly, so if you have not made all the Persona that I have showcased, I will have a link in the video description that takes you to a playlist where you can find all of those Persona build videos. But for starters, we're going to be fusing a Mott using Cerberus and Alice. And we're going to be passing down Enduring Soul, Spellmaster, Soul Thief, and Ailment Boost. Okay, now that we have done that, we're going to go ahead and pull out Forneus. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. Alright, so I pulled out that Forneus, and we're going to be fusing the Mott and the Forneus together to immediately make a Dominion. Now at this point here, we will be passing down Enduring Soul, Spellmaster, Soul Thief, and then for the fourth ability, or really any of these abilities, it's going to depend on what skill cards you have. I use one skill card for this build. The one I used it for is for Technical Adept, because that's the skill card I had. But if you have an Ailment Boost, then you can, if you have like an Ailment Boost skill card, you can pass down Technical Adept and skill card Ailment Boost and whatever. Basically, you have these 5 abilities that we want to pass down in total, which is Technical Adept, Soul Thief, Enduring Soul, Spellmaster, and Ailment Boost. And based on what skill cards you have, which ones you pass down are going to be different. But those are the 5 you're looking for, so just, you know, look at what skill cards you currently have and make that decision. But I'm going to be doing Ailment Boost because I have a Technical Adept skill card. Okay. And then we will be leveling this up to at least level 67. I'm just going to level it all the way up to max because why not? We're going to be keeping Bless Amp, and then using a skill card to finish the persona off. And then that would be it. Like I said, if you've made the persona that I've showcased up until this point, it's a very easy persona to make. If you did want to boost the damage of Bless a little bit more, you could technically get rid of, I would say Enduring Soul would be the one to get rid of in this particular case, but I don't really recommend it. Enduring Soul is pretty good to have on a persona that's weak to gun, but overall I think this particular persona will serve you much better as a blessed persona than Metatron will, especially if you're using a pure healer build like the Sarasvati build I showcased earlier, in which case you won't need to rely on the incredibly and almost ridiculously expensive salvation in this game. So this is the build I actually recommend if you do want a blessed persona, but like I said, I don't really think that Bless is all that useful. I certainly didn't really find all that much of a use for it, and if I were to do another Merciless run, I would almost certainly replace my Bless persona with probably a gun-based Seth, which maybe I'll do that build next. I'd have to actually map it out to see exactly how it would be built, because I haven't actually made the build before outside of using a bunch of skill cards to make it. So if you want to see that, let me know. Otherwise, I might do a Lucifer build. I haven't really decided yet. Lucifer is another persona I never really found a use for. But if there's enough people who want to see that, I can also potentially do that too. But either way, that is the conclusion of all of the persona that I used for my Merciless playthrough. So I hope you enjoyed all the persona. Hope you've been enjoying all the videos. We're going to be moving on to SMT3 Nocturne next. That's the next big game I'll be covering. I'll have a couple videos for that coming out, and you know, if people want to see build guides for demons and that, can certainly look at making some build guides for those as well. But either way, if there's any other persona builds you want to see, if I get enough requests for them, I'll still come back to this and throw out a few more of them. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed your time with Persona 5 Strikers, and I hope to see you for my next video.